The App Store is the safest place to download apps, right? Or is that what you've heard? Why specifically is 2023 the most dangerous year to own an iPhone? Many existing softwares have the ability to change any internal library on the device, steal or change passwords, and of course, bank data. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm an iOS developer, and I will be sharing why it is so easy to sneak a virus onto the App Store and how to actually do it. There are two key methods on how to sneak by Apple's application review team and leading a virus to make its way onto your device. The App Store was created so Apple could have a way to vet through what pieces of software is safe for iPhones and which piece of software to reject. iPhones compared to Android's counterpart have always been viewed as the most secure and safest option. But why is this mindset so dangerous? There's two types of viruses to look at: a virus that steals users' data and bank info, and a virus that can change system code, essentially gaining remote access and complete control. The most recent instance of this is the Dirty Cow iPhone exploit. Both of these are accomplished by a term called escaping the sandbox. Within Apple's walled garden of security, the term sandbox is the restraints Apple puts on all applications. The sandbox restricts access for apps to change device settings. The sandbox limits access to user data, and of course, makes apps not able to change internal data. But what happens when an app escapes the sandbox? This means an app has found an exploit to now have free range of the device to do whatever they please. There's two key ways to sneak a virus on the App Store. Apple makes all developers state the permissions an app needs to use. Apple would notice a red flag if a calculator app needed to make network calls and needed access to the photo library, or so you would think. An example took place this year. This was an app with over 250,000 downloads and was on Apple's curated top charts. The app was disguised as an ad manager for people who use Facebook ads. This app had escaped the sandbox, and the developers stole user bank info, usernames, and passwords. So how do you stay safe then? This app specifically used the disguise method. Apple's review team does not review the code of an app. Instead, they review only the user interface and what permissions the developer states they need. The app itself looked legitimate and made logical sense to make network calls, as it was an app intended to be used online. This means an app that had escaped the sandbox can have malicious code that can be activated or changed with a database and will completely slip past Apple's review team. The second method is the update method. Apple's review team is strict on apps when they are first submitted to the App Store, but after you release an update, the review process for software updates dramatically decreases. After your normal app passes the strict first inspection by Apple, the review process for software updates dramatically decreases. After your first normal app passes the strict first inspection by Apple, feel free to inject it with malicious code for the app's fifth software update when Apple trusts your app the most. To stay safe, don't install or update apps randomly. Malicious apps will make your phone slower, heat up, and have worse battery life, and increase data usage dramatically. So be on the lookout for all of these when considering device safety.